day is beginning and I'm hydrating my face and then doing my makeup in the car. But guys, I'm so excited. Get ready to see where we're going because you're probably gonna recognize it. If you missed my last two videos, this is the beginning of the third and final day of a road trip I took last October with my producer friend Tony, where we drove to see a bunch of filming locations throughout Oregon. On day one, we went to St. Helens, aka the real Halloween town. Then we watched the sunset from the Astoria Column before finishing off the day at the haunted North Head Lighthouse. Day two started at Cannon Beach before returning to Astoria yet again, but this time to see the Oregon Film Museum and take a tour of what's considered one of Oregon's most haunted houses. If you have time, I'd love if you'd check those out too, but for now, let's get back to day three. We woke up early and checked out of our Airbnb in Portland, but before leaving the city, Tony brought us to what I can only describe as one of the best breakfasts I have ever had. Oh my god.
Tony, you have to drive now. I know, but there's French toast right there.
I don't even know what to do. There's syrup, but do I even need it?
So I got the half mess.
Wait, yeah, let me, there's too much going on. Let me see yours.
You're good.
What is this?
This is not the full mess, but the half mess. And it's French toast, an egg, and bacon, and a sausage patty.
Fuck, that looks good. And I don't even like eggs.
This is the French strip.
Not as interesting to look at. That's just
No, but it's
normal.
a classic.
See, mine comes with cream and ice cream. Do I need syrup as well?
So I had one like that, very similar to that one last time, and I did the same thing. I ate the cream first, and then I put on the maple syrup on what was left.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like fuck it. Oh my god, look how good that looks. I wish you guys could see this, but I can't hold the camera and do it at the same time. I'm gonna die.
It's like the floppiest French toast I've ever had.
I just want to eat it, and I feel like I have so many obstacles in my way.
Real. That is real. Oh my god.
It's amazing.
Sweet and savory, yo. Yours is God.
I like how we refer
You feel
to it
it?
as his baby. He said, and this is my baby.
I did too, and that he has a partner.
Yeah.
That kind of broke my heart a little bit because I thought he was gonna be my future husband. I was like, oh my god, we both love French toast.
We both love Oregon.
Right? Like, he's from here, you can show me around.
Maybe they're looking for a third.
This feels like it needs to be enjoyed alone. Sorry guys, goodbye. From Portland, we were off to Mount Hood, Oregon, which was one of the longer stretches of driving we had, about 2.5 hours, but it was worth it because we were headed to the Timberline Lodge, aka the hotel from The Shining. Before any Shining fanatics bite my head off, let me explain. It turns out there are 3 different hotels that were involved in crafting the film's final Overlook Hotel, and the Timberline Lodge was only used for the exterior shots. As for the rest, Kubrick said that he was inspired to write the film in the first place while staying at the Stanley Hotel in Colorado, which is said to inspire much of the film's interior shots. But much of the hotel's interior in the film was actually inspired by a third hotel, the Ahwahnee Hotel in Yosemite. So while the inside of the Timberline Lodge doesn't necessarily hold much significance, we obviously still did a quick walkthrough because, I mean, how many times are you at the hotel from The Shining?
When they first started filming here for the movie, the helicopter that they actually used to film here for the first 10 seconds actually crashed in the parking lot.
Did they film here during the winter?
They did. For the new movie Dr. Sleep that just came out, they did use the original film that they used for this lodge. So they
Didn't want to risk crashing.
Yeah,
again.
they didn't want to come back up and record anymore, so they just kind of used the old footage.
So
Okay, I'll be honest. I haven't seen Dr. Sleep, but I definitely didn't really believe him on this, simply because the idea of using footage from 1980 and putting it next to 4K footage feels a bit weird. But when I got home, I looked online, and it does say that 3 shots were used from the original film. So naturally, I did a little editing and did an overlay, and found it's true. And since they change it from day to night and add snow, it makes sense that they would be able to cover up the difference in quality. Ironically though, when I got to the establishing shot of the Overlook Hotel itself, that didn't match, which seemed weird because, you know, that's the whole point. So then I dug a little deeper and found it does match the second establishing shot of the hotel when the entire family comes up. So, long story short, gift shop guy, I'm so sorry that I ever doubted you. You were right all along. Anyway, back to the video.
I know that the inside of the lodge was filmed on a movie set somewhere in Colorado. So the interior of the lodge is a lot different from what the movie is actually. But I remember we do have a room 217 or 213, whatever the number was. I believe it's one of those two. Yeah, and there's lots of legends of this place being, you know, haunted and have its own little, you know, spooky story to it. But when you go upstairs on the second floor, you go right into those hallways there. I'm pretty sure that those were the hallways that the 2 little girls were standing in. They tried to remake it as much as they could.
We're going
you'll
upstairs.
get,
Yeah, I was like, can we do
yeah,
that?
you get like a little flashback. Once you look down the hallway, you're like, okay, I don't think I want to be.
Ooh, okay, where do we go?
Weird. It's just right upstairs on the second floor to the right.
This I really did want to be true, but I'm pretty sure it's just a standard hotel hallway. Did I take pictures of me in it anyway so I could Photoshop myself into twins? Yes, of course I did. The next and final stop on our route would be the Bridge of the Gods in Cascade Locks, Oregon, which is a toll bridge that costs $2 and crosses over the Columbia River to connect Oregon and Washington. It's widely known as being the final steps of the Pacific Crest Trail, which is why you might recognize it from when Reese Witherspoon walks across it at the end of Wild. spent like an hour on this bridge, and I think the only reason we left finally was because our hands were going numb. I really don't think we could have picked a better place to end our trip. It was absolutely breathtaking. But not so fast. Plot twist. Just when we were about to get in the car and leave, we ran into this kind gentleman. Forgive me, sir, I do not remember your name. But he came up to us and started telling us all about one more thing we might want to see before leaving.
What are we doing? There's a grave down there of the first person to see the fish.
White person.
A grave?
A grave is down there.
Serious?
You can see.
How do we get
Oh
to
my
that?
God.
There, right there.
Okay, looking back, this definitely feels a little strange, but for some reason it felt completely normal at the time. Also, I didn't totally hear everything he was saying, but after a little Googling, I found that what he was showing us was, quote, the hidden and relatively unknown single grave of Emily Palmer Bell and her younger brother, Norman Palmer Jr. Apparently, Norman died in what was called the Cascades Massacre in 1856, when the warriors of the Yakama, Klickitat, and Cascades tribes attacked Americans at the Cascades of the Columbia, killing 14 civilians and 3 soldiers. His older sister Emily died suddenly several years later in 1863 and had requested to be buried next to him. After we were done with our impromptu grave visit, it was actually time to leave. And unfortunately, I mean leave. Okay, you guys. We just finished day 3. It's a little bright. Apologies for the lighting. Tony and I probably spent, how long were we out there?
Like an hour on the bridge.
We were out there for an hour.
Feels like an hour. Yeah.
Well, there was a lot of important shots to get, so
How many did I take?
I just airdropped myself 845 photos. There's only like 3 different poses. Well, now we're on the way to the airport because I have to go home. But
You going back to LA?
unfortunately. Rude! I was gonna say bye to everyone, but I don't know who that is, so. I really couldn't be more grateful that I was able to go on such an amazing trip, especially after being inside so much the last year, and I couldn't have asked for 2 better people to experience it with. Shout out to Tony and Valentine, you guys are the best. Thanks for putting up with me and helping me document such an awesome trip. And to anyone watching, thank you so much for coming along with, and I hope that I can bring you along on some more trips really, really soon.